for another episode of Queen's Arsenal. Now, y'all know love is in the air.
Isn't it?
Supposedly. No, I'm playing.
It's
the time for love and relationships and lovey-dovey couples.
Butterflies and heart eyes.
Rainbows and Hershey kisses.
Just straight ASMR. There you go.
So obviously, if you didn't catch the drift, this is what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about what? Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So before we get into it, how are you feeling?
About the topic? No, I'm joking. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good now. I'm in a transitional space, so my head's a little bit all over, but I am also like understanding that Valentine's Day is coming. I don't have no man. Yeah. So there's really no reason that I should feel some kind of way about it, but it just happens. Like, and the stores do it to us. Like, they put all that stuff. Why? Like, I came for paper towel. Like, why do y'all do that? But I'm coming up on it, and I'm having a couple lonely feels, but nothing too major, at least not. How are you feeling?
I am feeling the love in the air, and I'm feeling like I want to be in love, and I want to call my man like, hey, babe, what you doing? But I'm very much single, so, maybe in my fantasies.
That's okay.
Unless somebody be like, you with my woman today.
Ooh, like back in the day.
Oh, my God. If a man pulled up to my door that I was kicking it with and was like, hey, baby, I'm taking you out, and I just want you to know that you're mine. I promise you to God, just marry me now.
That is so sweet.
Just marry me now. Because what I got to do?
I'm trying to think if No, I have. Okay, I had to think about it. Like, has a man actually ever been, like, outside of high school time, like, you're my woman? Like, do they do that? Because I know they don't, but I have had it happen. So some of them.
I've had it happen. But it's always superficial. Yeah. It be just a lot of talking and talk.
It sounds like you my girl. It means guac, 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 guac.
Okay.
So
situationships on 1,000.
I feel like why would you get into a relationship at Valentine's Day?
We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, all right, cool. Sorry.
We're gonna talk about it. Okay. Before we get into the motion in the ocean, let us give 3 words that you would use to describe Valentine's Day.
Oh, girl, you're not gonna like them. Okay, capitalistic, judgmental, and pink.
Well, that was a good thing. Pink. Okay, when I think of Valentine's Day, I think. I'm really trying to feel it.
Can I change one of my words?
Yeah, go ahead.
Desperate. Damn. Go ahead.
Okay.
I want to keep pink, though.
What did you exchange it out for?
Judgmental. I'll take judgment and give desperation.
You could have kept judgment. Sorry. Okay, so Valentine's Day, I think obviously love. Chocolate.
Word.
Covered strawberries, honestly, because Kroger, they definitely come out with them chocolate covered strawberries, and I'd be the first ones to be like, samples? I think yes.
I love the way you just said samples.
Samples? Yeah, what do you think? Sam's Club on steroids.
It was for real.
Yeah, yeah. Every time, Kroger, they always be having them samples out during Valentine's, and I'll be there, like,
and they have good chocolate covered strawberries. Like, everybody can't do it.
Yeah, no, they can't. They can't. Edible arrangements. What? Go ahead and get them from Kroger. It's a lot cheaper. And what else? I kind of want to say connection. Yeah.
Okay, love, chocolate, and connection. That sounds sexy.
It sounds like
I'm feeling sexy. Okay.
No, wait, sorry. This is a PG podcast. Wow, stepped into my other bag there.
We're trying to get monetized. Follow us on Patreon now.
If you know, you know. Anyways, so, all right. Tell me, friend, what was your best Valentine's Day experience?
Oh, my God. My best Valentine's Day experience, I didn't expect anything. I was dating someone, and they had just moved. And so I was like, oh, okay, like it had been a couple months, but I was just, trying to give grace and be like, I know moving is expensive.
Right.
Literally living it right now. And just being like, okay, not just didn't have expectations. I was thinking like maybe a cute little dinner, and so we did go to dinner, and I was good with that. And then the next day he booked a massage, and they came to the house with aromatherapy, with a playlist curated, and charcuterie. So after I finished my massage, they had already set up my little snacks, and I could just vibe out. I got to take myself a little, like, yeah, it was just nice. It was really, that was definitely my best one.
Love that.
What about you?
To be honest with y'all, although I'm a very attractive woman,
amen,
and I have been in serious relationships, a marriage included, I cannot picture nothing in my brain. Nope. Maybe I'm traumatized.
The best one. Your best. It's got to be something.
Okay. I got one for you.
Not. Never mind.
Nope. I got it. I'm going to tell y'all what the best one was. It was Valentine's Day, and you just jogged my memory. It was 2014, maybe?
Okay.
I got edible arrangements.
Ooh.
But guess who I got them from?
Ooh.
Myself. Wrote myself a letter. Baby, on the little note, it said, "Hello, beautiful. I just want you to know that you're having a wonderful day." I had them deliver it and everything.
That's how you boss, right?
That's what I did. I did. And I had him in at the time.
Notes.
Yeah.
Teaching you and him, okay? Because
I had him in at the time, and I bought myself edible arrangements and was acting surprised, like, "Oh my God!" You know I love the theatrics, girl. I answered the door like, "Oh my God!"
Can you imagine that man's face when he sees the edible arrangements on Valentine's Day? He knows he did not get for you.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't even the thought in my head. I just knew that I wanted edible arrangements, and he wasn't gonna do it.
Walk it through. He sees it. Obviously, he thinks it's another suitor. Obviously,
but it's me the whole time.
Which is worse. Put your shit together.
But
do better.
It's me the whole time. Look at that.
And now it's really just you that is the loser ass boy.
But,
oh. I like that. I like that a lot.
That was the best one.
I like the treat yourself moment.
I didn't give myself credit for that one. That was a good one. I took pictures, put it on the internet. Like, oh my God, y'all. Like, yeah, it was a vibe.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I think that's cute.
So, what was your worst?
Girl, the rest of them. Like, shit. I never have a good Valentine's Day. That one was so.
I told you I had to pull that one. You had to jog my memory.
I couldn't forget it because all the rest of them.
But we're talking about the worst.
The worst. They were
all the worst.
Girl, I be blacking out a lot of stuff I don't want to remember, so let me think.
I hear that.
I'm like,
there's a good chunk of my life that I know nothing about.
Throw it back in the attic. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
The worst Valentine's Day. Do you know yours? Because I didn't think about it.
Yeah. I remember that I was in a relationship, and I had got the whole shebang. It was going to be a night. Baby, I got lingerie. I got smell good.
This is the worst story. I'm already pissed.
I got rid of the children.
I'm already mad.
I did the whole thing, girl. Literally, I did my hair, and the lingerie was lingerie, okay? Like, walking out, it was an experience, baby, because you know when Exotic could come out.
Yeah. She has a name.
Yeah, the boys love her. Anyways, this is not a naughty.
Just had a flashback.
Listen, this is not a naughty show. It's very, very studious. Either way,
come on now.
So that ended up happening, and he was busy doing other things. Not with people, but his priorities weren't in alignment. And I remember just not talking to him for that whole week.
That's anticlimactic as fuck. Not on your part, but on his. Because give me a better disappointment. Sorry, that was toxic. But for real, I feel
no, there was no chocolates, there was no roses, there was none of that. And you know me,
but you
friend,
just wasn't doing nothing.
But you
don't even have a reason,
and you know me for it was a reason.
Okay,
I'm trying not to ruffle feathers.
Gotcha.
It was a reason. It was.
You don't have to.
So yeah, there was you know me, I do the whole shebang. When I like you and I'm feeling you, baby, I'm giving you the whole vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just keep this. It's gonna be right here. It's gonna be right here, and it's gonna be right. But anyways, yeah, that was the worst one, and I don't think I've recovered.
That's fair.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think there has been a moment where I've had an amazing Valentine's Day, and that sucks to say because I've been married and I've been in a committed relationship, and they ain't went out. So that just shows you how much growth I've done. Because if it's always been me.
So I remember my worst Valentine's Day ever was my sophomore year of high school. And I was dating this guy. Hey, Denzel. And
I
on
actually got a
Valentine's
good
Day, I
one.
forgot about it. Do you
Yeah.
remember this? Have I told you? You know you
No,
told this
I have a
story.
good one though. I will. Yeah.
Okay.
That
Because
was-
I had to take it
But
back.
it was second to mine. Though. Yeah.
I was dating this guy, and on Valentine's Day, remember in high school they used to send around like the little sweeties and like the Fantas. They had like little treats that you could send to different classes, and all the girls were just trying to collect as many as we could.
Because
What else are we
at
doing
this point
here?
it's a competition.
But I didn't. I was dating this guy. I had dated him my entire freshman year. We had been going into, we're in February of the sophomore year. So we've had, in high school, that's a long time.
That's a year.
So
Y'all
I'm
been in
like,
school a year.
We're right here. Like, we're locked in. And he sent me the stuff to my class or whatever. I got my little treats. He bought me this, it was a little stuffed monkey. I wanted it really bad. It was red and had a little heart. And I was like, I told my homegirl who told him, and he got it at the school store.
Come on now.
Yes. We had a moment. And so I'm walking around at the end of school with all my little things. And I was a pickup kid. He was a bus kid. And so I'm walking around with my homegirl, just hanging out after school. And I cut the corner down like the main school hallway. And he's at the end of the hallway with a girl, with a balloon, with a little teddy bear, with a little treat package. And they're very booed up. Very booed up. And I was with my friend.
No.
And
No. Did you
crashed out.
immediately? I was gonna say, 'cause like me, I would have been running down the hall like Forrest Gump. Like, I'm about to be shot. At that young age, I know them balloons would have been popped, candy on the floor. I don't care. I don't care.
The last thing I heard was my homegirl go, Ashley, and I was already on my way there, and I snatched
why
all
would
that.
you do
I
that?
snatched everything.
Not you gave me the minuscule stuff, and then you went to.
I need to.
triggered.
No, my monkey was better than her bear, but
you could
didn't
have
get
at
a
least
balloon.
waited until the 15th. That's
You
for the
could have
size.
not.
That's for the
You
size.
could have just not.
But that's for the size. We all know the 15th is for the size. You were supposed to make the day about me. You made it about two people.
I do want to. I'm in my unwaxed era. I want to apologize to both of them. They know who they
He
are.
doesn't
I'm sure they
deserve
don't
an
care
apology,
anymore.
but she does.
That's true.
Fuck him.
I hope you're doing better than you were back then. It's been a long time, so maybe. But Michaela, I'm gonna say your name, and I'm gonna apologize to you because I never should have snatched your stuff. Like, that was not your fault, girl.
It wasn't.
We were a product of the same violence.
Growth.
And I love you. It's right here. But that was definitely my worst Valentine. That's probably why I have the same descriptors that I just gave you, because ever since then, for me, Valentine's Day has been very superfluous, very bullshit. Very,
I've never had a great Valentine's. I told you, you know, like I when you talked about it, there was one. I didn't know we was going back, but I gotta go way back to elementary school.
Not elementary.
That was the first time that I felt special. Okay, now listen.
This is your good experience. Or
This
your
is
bad?
a good one.
Okay.
So, needless to say, when I was in elementary school, like, all the boys loved me. And I'm not trying to be like, but it's the truth, you know? And there was one guy that I liked, my baby daddy. Ugh, look at that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I was going to say his name.
You did. You did.
Yeah, I did. Either way, whatever. We can bleep it out. And so it was Valentine's Day, right? So I had gotten gifts from multiple people. One guy got me like some lip gloss because I was a lip gloss queen.
Cute.
And like this
Love it.
cute pink hat. He knew my favorite color or whatever. Somebody else had got me like a stuffed animal with a card, but he didn't get me anything.
Oh, he didn't.
He didn't. And I was like, because like you was the one that everybody knew that I liked.
Yeah.
All the other guys, they
trying to
gave
compete
me
with
stuff.
you.
Right.
And now you got me looking
But
crazy.
You got me looking crazy.
Okay.
But I really wasn't looking crazy because none of the girls got multiple gifts.
This is fair.
Hindsight,
This
you
is
know?
accurate.
So, but I was like, yo, like you dropping the ball, bro.
Come on
so
now. They're
then
watching.
Literally the next day, we're all at lunch, right? And I'm with my girls. We kikiing.
love this.
This man walks up to me with a custom-made bracelet.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I
in front of
like
all my
that.
homegirls,
I
like we
like
all
that.
watching him walk
I
across
do
the
love
room.
a moment like that. Like, please.
Make it a statement.
Make a statement. If
So
it's
we're
me and
all
my
like watching him
girls.
walk across the room with this box in his hand, and I'm just like, oh, what's going on?
That's cute.
And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get it to you yesterday, but my auntie didn't have it finished, and I was really upset.
Because time and intention.
He was like, I was really upset, and it wasn't my fault, but she finished it, and here it is. And I was like, oh.
She said, and jingle. I know it was a charm bracelet too, wasn't it? It was. She said, jingle, 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 jingle.
Because the thing about it is, the girls loved him. The girls was on my head. They was always like, oh, he stopping me in the bathroom. Like, girl, please. Either way, that was a good one.
I like
because it was like,
do you still have the bracelet?
No, I broke it.
Okay, that's fine. I do have a charm bracelet. I do.
I broke it. No, I was angry, and I was like, fuck this bracelet. That's okay. I learned to stop doing that. I just put it in a deep, dark closet.
Fair is fair.
All is fair in love and war. Anyway.
That's real, though. I love a jewelry. I love a surprise. Yeah. I love intention.
Yeah,
that's not that hard.
I think, for me, the most thoughtful stuff for me in Valentine's is the things that you know I need. Like, I love a man that's like, okay, I pay attention to my baby. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, I don't know, maybe like there's this cute something like a lip gloss that I saw.
I did date a guy like that.
And I was like, ooh, and he heard me talking about it, but not me talking about it to give him hints, but just in conversation. And next thing I know, he's like, hey, I remember when you was talking about, I like love,
I dated a guy like that.
It's so much attention to detail, and I'm not going to tell you what it actually do, but it makes me flutter.
It does make me feel good and fuzzy. I like to, he did that all the time, and he was like a just because. Like, not an occasion, just like, I know you need this thing. You were talking about, like, just paying attention to the small stuff. It was like, I was talking, when I was teaching at Detroit Yoga Co., and he went and got me a bunch of yoga clothes.
I recall. Yeah.
That.
Like, that. Like, if you really want to be your girl, just say that. Just tell me you want me to marry you.
I'll do it. No.
I told y'all, if somebody come knocking on my door, like,
that's cute though. I love that.
Yeah.
I love a moment.
So while we're talking about like those experiences, I think it's important that we talk about just like relationships and like the dynamics, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we should talk about just like, this is a relationship coaching type vibe that we're about to jump into. So prepare thyself because it will get crazy. So I think the first thing that I want to talk about are some of the good things, or just like things that you should consider when you're in a relationship or about to get into a relationship. So I think that one thing that we should talk about is love languages.
Oh, yes. Okay.
If you don't know nothing about love languages, why are you in a relationship?
You don't need to be.
Because
it's the foundation of your relationship, like truly. And not just, for me, love languages are so important on both sides. And
Agreed.
I think that we love to tell people our love languages, but we don't really like to listen to theirs.
Come on now.
And even if we do hear it, if I'm a words of affirmation, you're a physical touch, and I know that, then why am I just giving you constant words of affirmation? Like, stop loving people in your love language. Woo! Love them in theirs. Because they're not receiving it. And I feel like that's so, we talk about confrontation and, conflict resolution earlier in the season, but those tie into it. It's just like you're missing the point. You're not.
I feel like that's a lack of intentionality. Like,
I agree.
You really don't mess with me for real if you don't know what my love language is. Yeah. And you don't necessarily, like, you could take the easy route or you could take the more intentional route. And what I say by that is you can literally have your partner take the love language test and get the answer, or you can just pay attention to them.
I was going to say, please don't put up no damn test with me. Like, don't.
I think it's like when I'm first dating somebody, I usually do that. Especially if I'm like if I like them.
Do you date people that don't already know their love language?
Well, mine changes. Mine changes. Yeah.
Like you have multiple, or they just any of them at different times?
Different times, like in different phases of my life. Yeah.
I've never heard
that
before.
Before I got out of my last relationship, it was quality time and physical touch. And now I'm a words of affirmation girly. Like, and a gift giving girly. Like, please. Like, it's just, I think because I'm changing, right?
That's fair.
So my requirements and my desires are changing.
How that shows
so
up.
I typically, I like to I do that, and I like to know, like, your human design chart.
Body charts.
I've been doing that.
Now that I will. We got to take a test.
And
your anagrams.
Yeah, I do, because I want to know, like, and I think, like, well, first let's tell y'all, if y'all don't know what the love languages are. So you got words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, gift giving, and acts of service. Yeah, acts of service is high on my list now, too. So those, like, I think that...
I really be mad when somebody be in my face and they have no service tact on. Like, wow, what are we doing here? Sorry, what were you going to say? That just Nothing. It's just, wow. Just here for the vibes. Got it. Yeah, no. I'm definitely acts of service. I'm words of affirmation predominantly. That's my number one. Which I guess you're right. That has
shifted.
I used to be very uncomfortable with compliments. I still can be very
I
uncomfortable
feel
with
like
compliments.
you, like when we first met, you're definitely, and this doesn't just apply to romantic relationships.
Oh, yeah, no.
You definitely are, when we first met, you're
Physical
a physical touch. She's
Yeah, I'm still a
kissy,
physical touchy girl.
like,
I'm honestly way more physical touch, and honestly, I think it's because it just feels safer in platonic relationships than romantic
Side
relationships.
note, when we were leaving from recording the podcast, I was on the phone, and I was like, all right, love you, babe. And the person I was on the phone with was like, what, no kiss on the cheek? And I was like...
I was saying the same thing.
You should have just did it. You know,
I
I, like,
love you. I love you.
I love you so bad.
I just want to get you.
Yeah, so I think it does change. Like,
that's true.
As
that's
you
true.
change in life, it kind of changes. So I think kind of like, you know.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm ebbing. I'm like, I'm more words of affirmation now and acts of service.
Words of affirmation have been high on my list.
They're so transformative.
Like, and then I got a little praise kink too. Like,
oh my god, girl, I'm from Detroit where I get it from at a gas station. Yes, I have a praise kink. Yes, I have a praise kink. Yes, I have a praise kink. Please,
babe, listen. A man get me on the phone and start talking real nice in my ear with that deep bass.
I will.
Anyway,
it's fine.
I asked for a bacon, everything, child.
The one thing I do want to say about the words of affirmation is I think in that space too, like it is much. I don't think people really understand what that is, and that goes back to the intentionality.
Yep.
I think people think words of affirmation is like you're doing a good job, you're a good mama,
gold star.
You know what I mean? Like it's very elementary. Where I'm like words of affirmation for me, it is the same thing. It's just like paying attention to the small stuff and noticing, like
acknowledging,
telling me something. You know, I like to paint, so anytime anybody says anything about my art, those are like, and it doesn't even have to be like, this is a good painting. It could just be like, oh, how long have you been painting? Oh, looks like you're really passionate about it. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Like that, like, oh, you see where I am and you're existing there with me. That feels more than just like, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of you. But a good girl, a baby girl. Anyway,
I think God has given me like, whoa, baby. Oh, please don't talk to me like that, sir. You liable to get anything you want.
What size ring you wear? I'm buying.
So you said the wedding date is a when again? I was thinking like burgundy and like a sage green for the colors.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's nice.
Girl, that's the colors when I'm getting married.
I'm not dropping my colors. Y'all steal everything.
I don't care about y'all stealing it because I'm always gonna do it better.
You said I'm always gonna do it.
I ain't worried about none of that, baby. But yeah, so that's a side note. I think we should also talk about like what are like some of the green flags in relationships for you.
I like someone that is consistent. That is a huge green flag for me.
Yeah. I
like someone that is transparent. I mean overly transparent. Like, I like a guy that will be like, hey, babe, I'm just coming out the bathroom, getting ready to go, da-da-da. Like, I like a guy that wants to keep me updated on what they have going on. Not in a way that I don't want to ask, you know what I mean? But I like you wanting to include me in your day, you wanting to share what's going on, even if it's mundane, even if it's, you know, boring, whatever it is. But that kind of transparency throughout your life kind of, I feel like, brings us closer together faster.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Just because I'm getting your routine, like I'm falling into that with you. So definitely being consistent, being transparent. Another green flag for me, those are my biggest ones.
For me, the green flags are like self-awareness.
Girl, I don't even want to have to say that no more.
Baby, that is a green flag. If you don't have a level of self-awareness about yourself, baby, I really can't even talk about it because I'm a see it before you do. And then I'm going to say it. And if you ain't aware enough to be like, yeah, that is true. And accountable, go on about your day.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Go on about your day, sir.
Accountability is everything.
I can't stand a man that always want to blame me for the reason he acting how he acting.
Or anybody. It don't have to. It don't.
That too,
it don't,
yeah, but yeah, like get out of my face, please. Yeah. Like I don't want to talk to you. Like I ain't got time to walk you through it, my baby. Like go on about it.
Yeah.
And authenticity. I love somebody that can just be who they are without having to put up all these masks and try to impress me or anything. Like if you weird, be weird.
I think we need to. I think we all need to do that more.
Yeah,
dating. Like it's tired. The whole representative showing up.
Oh
like,
my god!
Can I just know your weird little quirks right now, and we can decide if we actually do want to talk to each other
like
anymore?
each other,
like, why do we have to make this take 6 months? Can we do it now?
A year.
I be snorting sometimes.
You know,
a lot of times. And I'm not gonna stop.
I be snorting sometimes. Ooh, what's my thing?
You talking an Irish accent or a British accent? Just an accent.
I do just randomly burst out in accents like hello love. Like I literally walk around my house and I'll be talking and my kids will be like, why are you talking like that? And I just like join in. Like please.
Community work.
Hello. Yeah, that is true. That is so true, friend.
You do. I love it though. I'm always like, do it again. Do it again.
Give me encouragement.
Yeah, good at it. Like, it's impressive. I'd be like, she got it down though. That is how they sound.
Every now and again, you know, I'll be working.
I like that. I also, another one. I like men that love their like, not their kids, but children. Like men that are doting on children. That is such a thing for me.
I love seeing men being daddies.
You don't have to be a daddy. You don't have to just work with kids.
Yeah, but I love. Oh my god, I
seeing
love
a man be a
seeing
daddy. When they hold that baby and that bicycle.
Oh my god, girl, no. It be them daddies. The daddies with girls get me every time. I just be looking at them like, I'm finna cry.
The precious
like,
love.
It just be the sweetie, come here, baby. And the, yes, of course.
Just that entire.
And then the like interaction with the, and I love seeing a daughter love their daddy.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, when they're just like, Dad, it's just like, ooh, just give me all the feels.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
I
See them like play princess. I like the guys that are not afraid to let their daughter paint their nails.
I just
draw on their face like the Crayola coloring book.
I just love a daddy that's active. Like does something to me, child.
It definitely.
It
and
does.
I mean active.
Okay.
Like actually. Anyway.
Yeah. You know. So okay, we talked about green flags. Mm-hmm. What are some of the red flags that you think like? Yeah, she's thinking.
The red flags for me. What are my like? I see them. They're bright.
Ooh,
that's a
yeah,
red flag.
Bright is the one.
This is gonna sound crazy.
Okay.
But I don't like men that take too many pictures. I don't like men that are too active on social media. Caveat that it doesn't relate to their profession.
Okay.
Like, I do think if you are just on Instagram taking selfies every day, I think it's a little bit superficial. Mm-hmm. I think it is a little bit sad.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
I'm not about to get canceled.
Hold on. You see me like,
I think it's just a little bit too self-indulgent. I think there's a little bit too much there. Go to work. I don't like that. That's a red flag for me. In my experience, the men that are constantly doing that, it's honestly an overcompensation, and there's some sort of insecurity happening, and the insecurity is fostering an environment that probably means you're looking for a lot of attention from other people. Okay. That's my experience.
All right. Is that all?
No, I have more, but please. That was so long. Go ahead. I have so many.
She's giving y'all a soliloquy of red flags. I'm just going to try to get y'all
just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Okay, got you.
So a red flag for me is a man who just wants to go with the flow. Baby, at this grown age.
What is the flow, even? Whose is it? And when is it coming?
Sir, what are your intentions with me?
When is it leaving?
Listen, you don't even got to meet my parents. What are your intentions with me, sir? Because if it's just a hit it and quit it, going on about your day, baby. I want to be text in the morning. Hello, beautiful. Hi. Okay. I want to check in mid-afternoon. Did you eat?
Okay.
Consistent communication. And by the time I get home, I want you in my bed.
I do want you in my bed.
Please don't play with me like that. I go with the flow. Hit me up every now and again. Oh my God. If you don't go on about your day and act like you got some sense and act like a woman raised you, you better stop playing with me. I don't got time for that.
Thug came out.
Boy,
y'all pissed her off
you
with
done
that
pissed me clean off talking about going with the flow. If you don't,
I don't like to go with
flow
the flow
to the next one.
I don't know what that is. I don't believe in a no call, no show if we're dating, and I really
no
just
call,
don't like.
No show.
Yeah,
girl,
you can't go a day and not speak to me if we're dating. Like, and that means I'm also very clear in those parameters. Like, the talking is until we go on a date. Once we go on a date, we are dating. That does not mean we're in a relationship.
So we got to talk about it now, because we're on a relationship episode, right? Because we got phases.
Okay.
When it comes down to the romantic relationships, right?
Okay.
We got the beginning phase where we're just talking. You know. Then we got the dating phase. I think we should define each one. So for you, what is like the talking phase?
The talking phase is the point that you approach me, you show some sort of interest, and we exchange number, and we're communicating via phone some way. Maybe even phone, Instagram, social media, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Online dating goes into that category as well. When we go on a date, we are now dating.
Oh, interesting.
Once we go on a date, we are now dating. I do not believe that dating equals exclusivity.
Okay.
I think that still requires a conversation is the next phase. But once we have gone on a date,
we're dating.
Now, if we go on a date and we just stop talking, we ain't nothing. Like, it's a wrap. It's over. But, and again, no call, no show. Like, that's why I'm really, if we went on a date, if we sat down across from each other and had foods and, you know, talked about our folks, and then you just disappear, like, no, don't call me, don't text me, don't think of me ever again, actually. I hate that. But if we continue to talk on, then, you know, like, there's the dating phase, which leads into what are we doing here? Like, I'd like to be exclusive, I'd like to be in a relationship with you, and then engagement marriage. I don't think there's any other definition. What do you think?
So for me, I definitely agree with the talking phase. So the talking phase is, okay, you've approached me. You've initiated this process, right? So you've initiated, we're talking on the phone, you know, pretty regularly. So I think this is when I tend to kind of like feel it out, right? Yeah. So we're talking, we're having good conversation, we're spending hours. You know, I'm a yapper. I like to talk. We can talk on the phone for hours, baby. I was on the phone with somebody for hours, 7 hours one time, baby, at hours, and looked up like, oh my God, it's 4 in the morning.
That part, because that's a real talker. The person that's like, it doesn't even feel like it's been 30 minutes.
Literally. So like, if we're in that vibe where we can have conversation without seeing each other, I'm more inclined to go towards something more physical. And when I say physical, I mean just being in your presence. Okay. Because like, I've established relationships by just talking to people. I don't know what to...
You mean like straight from talking to...
Not like relationships.
Okay.
Like, but like establish like a routine. This is something that we do. We're each other's somewhat person, because we're talking regularly.
Yeah.
I talk to you every day. We check in. You know, we giggle, we cool. I tell you about my day. You tell me about my day. We say goodnight. We do things. This is now a part of my routine.
Okay.
Because we're consistently communicating, right? Okay. So now I'm more inclined to be like, ooh, let's see how we vibe in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to get to know people through conversation before I get into being around them.
But you still have... Or do you still hold space for that? Like, is that the dating for you? Like, the being around each other in person, which happens before monogamy? Or are those two kind of mesh?
I think they kind of mesh a little bit for me. Because, like, a conversation, like, because let's say we're having amazing conversations. Everything is great. I like you. I know all of this. And then we go out, and the vibe just ain't vibing. I don't know what you want me to do.
Oh, I'm never
like
I you again.
Because
who do we have to speak for? We don't like each other.
Yeah, but it feels like we did when we were talking. But I like to like, but that kind of creates the intimacy a little bit for me.
The physical connection is huge.
But for me, like, I'm stimulated through conversation. I like to see how your brain works. I like to see how all of that happens.
I would argue that it's hard to do that until you're in person with someone.
I disagree.
I think that. And I think it's a part of, like, the parasocial aspect of, like, social media is, like, we are so convinced that we know people that we don't really know anything about. Like, I don't think talking, FaceTiming, DMing, texting, whatever you want to call it, Skyping, Twitch, I don't know. They got so many. Okay, Cash App, Dale, like, whatever. I don't think of those as, like, viable ways of forming actual connection. Like, I do understand their, I guess, their place in all of it. But I, for me, don't think that the connection happens until we get into a physical space with one another. And I don't mean physically intimate or romantic. I just mean, like, sharing a actual physical space. There's nuance to, like, nonverbal conversation. And you just don't get any of that when you're doing all the other, like, digital forms of communication that... I'm not gonna say you don't get them,
I was
but you
gonna
don't
say,
get nearly as
it
much
feels
as
like
you do.
it has to go with like how you show up, right? Because again, like you say, like you can show people what you want them to see.
I think that's easier in the digital too.
Yeah, that's definitely easy. But I feel like if you're the type of person who shows up how you are across all platforms without trying to, hide or negate or kind of like.
But how do you know that if you don't know them?
You don't. But I feel like what they present and then you getting to them in person and it's something that they're not, then obviously you could be like, no. But yeah. I can understand like a development of some form of a connection through just communicating every day.
Because, I do see that.
Yeah, like
I
it's
see
just
the development
like, yeah.
there.
So then after that, we get into the dating realm. So we're out on a date, Now, so for me, dating is a little tricky, right? Like, I also don't feel like dating, this is a newfound thing, because you know me, friend. I talk to one person, I talk to one person, I talk to one person. I can't talk to multiple people because my brain get a little confused because I'm calling him boo.
You
and
can't
that,
like one person, friend. Don't.
You said I
said you don't like more than one person.
That's true. But that's a new thing,
you
though.
said it on here, like.
But that's a new. Remember,
you're saying now.
That's a new thing. Yeah. Oh, remember when I met my ex-husband.
Historically, one done.
When I whatever. When I met my ex-husband, like it was we dated. I'm not talking to nobody. We're married. That's it, and that was it. And so, that happened. And but now I think like dating definitely isn't exclusive. But I do get like when I start getting the feels for somebody, I be like, okay, can we just do this together, just me and you? Not be in a relationship. Not be in a relationship or nothing, but just like that I'm talking to you and you talking to me and we talk to each other and maybe we could be together at some point and then maybe we could just like run off into the sunset and get married. Cause I'm such a fucking romantic. I cannot help it and I be fighting it and I'm tired.
She's not gonna send you a meme. It's coming because you are a lover. Girl,
like, get me, please.
At the core of who you
and
are.
And please love me for real, like, please.
No, that part though, like
that's what it is, like, cause I didn't have the moments where the guys are like, I'm here, and then
it's
2-3 years down the line, they're like, tired, done, and I just be like, wow, all this time. But please love me forever
or not at all. Actually, okay. I'm over
Once you in love with me, you in love with me forever.
Locked in, no switching up.
But yeah, so I think that's kind of like the confines.
So
of
what transitions you from the dating phase to your exclusivity? Like at what point?
I think it has to be. It's multiple things like mutual.
Obviously.
Yeah, like you gotta want me too.
Yeah,
like,
and for real.
It can't just be like, I want you and you kind of don't.
Yeah,
or
I don't play like that.
But like I definitely think there should be room for like discussion. Like, okay, I'm starting to like you. Like, where are we going? Like, because sometimes you gotta catch the vibe and see for sure.
Trying to jump rope.
I'm not gonna lie.
Double dutch in there.
Baby, let me tell you, I'm traumatized. So I be leading on the air caution. When men be like, I want to talk to you, I be like, okay, but girl, you remember with that one last thing, my internal body was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, don't want to connect, and I was rightfully so.
She was correct, because your gut will never lie to you.
Your gut will never.
Now what's happening?
It don't matter how fine he is, okay? It don't matter what he doing in this life. It don't matter how sweet he talk to you. Girl, stand up.
Lord.
Girl. So, like, you don't know how many times I had to look myself in the mirror through, like, just, girl,
Girl, that's why I had to stop. I was like, I can't do the lover girl stuff no more, because also, like, neurodivergency, you experience limerence all the time, which is like the idea of a life and a happiness and this.
And you know me, I love my imagination station. I will be with you and act like you my man, and then leave and then act like you not. No. That's what was toxic about this time.
That's limerence.
Yeah. I was like, oh wow, we're together, and then when we're not, it's like I'm for the streets. Like,
screaming.
Nah, that's toxic as hell. It's that duplicitous mind. It'll fuck you up.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't do that no more, baby. I'm gonna be on the floor shaking. I can't do it.
Ooh, it's not even cold. It's July. No, I'm good, babe. I'm good.
But yeah, that's the mutuality. And then just like, I think me now, I lean more towards safety instead of how do I describe it? Emotional and mental safety instead of physical attraction and physical vibes.
Yes, 1000%.
Because like, you know, like young girls. I used to be a young girl, so I'm not.
Oh,
no
he's fine.
shots.
Do
Oh
I
my God.
feel safe with him?
But he tall, like those things, those
No,
nuances.
I still want you to be tall, baby.
I still want you to be tall, but sometimes it's just like if you. How do I feel around you?
Do I feel safe?
Do I not even feel safe, but it's my insides not because people low key when you get pitter patters and butterflies in your stomach, that is not indicative that you like somebody. That is your body being like run for the hills.
It's actually recognizing a pattern
So
that you've already felt before.
if you're feeling not those things, that's actually when you are probably safe.
Ooh, but we're gonna talk about that more when we come back from this little break. We got some stuff to get into.
We got to get into it, y'all. We'll be back soon.
Can't say anything else.
They keep on
I'm going to lose my mind. Did I pay the light bill?
You want me to keep on?
Oh my God! What time? What time is he have on? Oh my goodness! I forgot to sign up for karate. Oh my God! Okay. The dishes are not going to do themselves.
You go to bed at 9. You can still get 8 hours of sleep. Have you or a loved one experienced feelings of stress, burnout, or wondered if maybe you're the red flag?
Do you sometimes feel like everyone else has life figured out while you're just trying to keep your plants alive?
If you answer yes to any of these questions, you may be entitled to get your shit together.
Queen's Arsenal is a revolutionary podcast designed to destigmatize mental health with real conversations, accountability challenges, and a healthy dose of cognitive reframing. So, if you're tired of self-care advice that just tells you to drink more water and meditate, we've got you covered.
At Queen's Arsenal, we go beyond the surface, dive into relatable stories and tools that actually help you get your mind right.
So why suffer in silence? Tune in to season 2 of Queen's Arsenal, where mental health is made approachable, humorous, and refreshingly real.
Because you don't need another bubble bath, you need Queen's Arsenal.
Side effects may include spontaneous self-reflection, unplanned journaling, the sudden urge to set boundaries, and an unexpected desire to finally address the thing that you've always been putting off. Listeners have reported increased clarity, heightened self-awareness, and occasional moments of, wow, I really needed to hear that. Queen's Arsenal is not responsible for any self-realizations, relationship audits, or life epiphanies that may occur. Subscribe now to Queen's Arsenal Season 2, coming soon to all podcast platforms. You may be entitled to get your life together. If you or someone you know is ready to embrace radical self-awareness, face a few uncomfortable truths, and finally stop procrastinating on your personal growth, Queen's Arsenal might just be the place to start. Listen responsibly, as side effects may be irreversible and could lead to a life you're actually excited about.
We're back. Did you miss us? Because we missed you, Stink.
Not so much.
We're talking about love and relationships today. And if you were with us on the first half, then you got to hear all of our quips and qualms about relationships and how good, bad, and ugly they can be.
Okay.
Before we left for break, though, we were talking a little bit about all of the emotions that happen up here versus what's actually happening in front of us. And so I was thinking about that. And I think a lot of those big feelings, those lovey-dovey lover girl moments, come from the honeymoon phase. So,
for sure.
I have a question. What do you think of the difference between that honeymoon love and the actual long-term work in a relationship?
So for me, I think like in the beginning of a relationship, I think, and bear with me, y'all, like I feel like that's your inner child coming out. Yes. I feel like you're just like there and everything's great. You feel safe. You feel comfortable. You feel like somebody, you know how you meet somebody at school and you were like, hey, you want to be my friend? And they're like, yeah. And then y'all just friends for the rest of history. Like,
that is so
it's
sweet.
just like so cute. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you go into it. That's the honeymoon phase. Like, oh my God, we in love forever. You know what I'm saying? Like even right now, a cute example, my son, he's about to be 5. So he's in preschool. And there's this girl that he likes. And he's always like, we were holding hands today. And then he told me, like, we're going to get married. We're going to have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. But he's 4. Like, you know, it's like,
Don't do my
yeah,
boy.
babe, I hear you. And it's cute. But, like, it's
it.
going to take a lot to get there.
Okay.
And I think that's where the transition happens into what the reality is. Because you're past the phase of feeling like, oh, my gosh, everything's great. And all of the stuff that you kind of just, like, overlooked that maybe might have annoyed you. But you were just, like, so infatuated with them. And those rose-colored glasses were on. Then you have to start dealing. And you know what the biggest thing is? When your person starts to trigger you. Baby.
That's the work. That's actually when
I think that's when
work
you really figure out if you love that person or not.
You have to choose.
Because
you have to really sit down with yourself and be like, for real?
Like, that about you, I can't keep dealing with.
I just can't do that.
I'm willing to compromise and let that be a part of what we're doing. Like, I know, like, in my relationships, unfortunately, they didn't stand the test of time. But I've learned a lot. Like, and when the reality hits, you have to, when you get triggered, and I was just telling somebody, like, you know, when I get triggered, I use that as a moment to reflect. Like, why am I triggered? What is this that's happening within me and that I need to work on? Because we only meet our reflections. You know what I'm saying?
And the people that we're with.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, that happens for me, like, especially in a romantic space, I'm always confused because it's just like, is it me? Like, are my blinders that strong? But I was just talking about limerence, and like, to give a very shaky definition, like, that is the idea of being in love with someone. It's like what happens to us when you get all these overwhelming feelings and the butterflies, and you start planning your life with this person.
Oh,
and
God.
because you have this visualization in your head, they say something sweet, and that sweet thing comes with you all day long. And then you find yourself 6-8 months later, and you're like, oh, wow, it isn't like that. And then those triggers are a lot more significant because you were so far into the fairy tale. And that's a neurodivergent feature. Like that, other people have it as well, but it's extremely prominent in the neurodivergent female community, the ones looking for love. So like, I'm just very cautious of it. I did. And pink. But like, I think, especially being a neurodivergent, the work of that relationship is understanding like I firmly believe that we fall in and out of love with everyone. So it's just if you're not gonna be willing to be like, I actually don't fucking like you at all today, and still be willing to work on that, then you're not really in love. And you're not in love. You don't love them.
It's funny that you say that, because I was talking to my coworker today. I don't know how we got on the topic, but I remember my ex-husband telling me like, love, our relationship is not going to survive off of love. And when he said that to me, I was young. I was like,
it sounds crazy though. It sounds crazy.
I looked at him with so much indignation.
And even if it's true, why would you say it?
Listen,
why would you say that?
Rage when he said that to me. And I was just like, if love ain't it, then we don't need to be together right now. But like, the reality of it is, like you said, like you're faced with this person who's had a different upbringing than you, and they have their own historical discourses that's different from yours, and now you guys have attracted each other. We not even okay.
Because we got time.
But another episode, you've attracted each other, and now you have to deal with yourself in the confines of a relationship.
Yes,
and that is the reality of how relationships work. Yeah. Are you willing to stick through the stuff that is not right? Now, I do want to caveat and say some things you need to stick through, other things you don't. Abuse is not one of them.
It never will be.
Okay.
I also feel like being able like to be in that space where you can even get to the work, you have to be willing to be extremely vulnerable, which is something that most people don't want to do.
Vulnerability is a key concept within the confines of a romantic relationship and a marriage. If you want to be with somebody for the long run, you gotta show up as you, and you gotta be vulnerable, and you gotta be like, hey, when you did that, it hurt my feelings, and maybe that's because my mama didn't love me the right way when I was younger.
But let's talk it through and figure it out if we love each other. Like, shoot.
Yeah.
So that being said, the different facts between honeymoon and like long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Do you believe that soulmates exist, or do you think the relationship really operates around your willingness to put in effort and to find the compatibility in each other?
I think it's a combination of the two.
Ooh, okay.
Because we attract who we need to grow.
Ooh.
And that's a soul thing. That is a soul thing. So the people that we have in our lives, whether it works out or not, are people that we needed to accelerate us to that next level of life. So that's a soul scroll type of thing. And if you don't know that, then you're not going to be able to navigate with the compatibility.
Oh my God.
Yeah. With the compatibility.
You ate that up, friend. You ate that one up.
And this is why I'm like, I think I'm ready to get married again.
She said, I want to do it again.
I think I got my tools. Because I think, you know, I lived life so long thinking that relationships were supposed to be easy. If it was hard, then it wasn't a relationship. You shouldn't have to fight for it. You shouldn't have to do those things. But it's not that the relationship should be easy. It's that the relationship should be easy to navigate all of the different things that you experience with this person intentionally. Because yes, sometimes I'm not as confident. And sometimes I need you to tell me you're beautiful, baby. Yeah. Sometimes I need that. And I think that that's a beautiful thing, but you attract those type of people. And one thing I can say about all my relationships, whether they were good or bad, is that I needed that person to elevate to the next level of life. I can't wait till I meet that man that I keep elevating with.
I just recently do I want to talk about this? Okay. I have very quick, and then I actually answer the question. You just said that, and I thought about there's a man that I have a crush on right now. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But for the first time in my life, I was driving the other day and I was thinking about him because I'm always thinking about him.
Oh.
And I
Nice.
was like, I have more work that I want to do.
Ooh,
because
I'm in that place too, friend.
I want to be this type of wife to not to even, you know what I mean? Like, not to sound crazy, bro. I'm not gonna stalk you, but like, it was the first time I've ever even, which I think is like a part of me just growing and evolving, and then also him and how he carries himself and what he has an energy about him that I'm just like, when I think about him, I'm like, I want to be representative of you. It's always been, how do you represent me? It's always been, how do you help me?
We are stepping. We are stepping. I feel that same way right now, and I'm like, for the month of February, I'm gonna be very intentional about building this wife up.
Yeah,
because your wife is ready for you, baby. She gonna be ready. She gonna be, baby.
Listen, but to answer the question, no, I don't believe in soulmates. Absolutely not. That's bullshit. I do believe that it requires effort, but I think the effort is specifically like sustainable effort. And I don't believe compatibility has such a big role in it, because compatibility is attraction. It's likeness. That's not sustainable.
It's a chemical reaction.
You know what I mean? Like, I posted a video about this years ago, and it was basically saying just like, you can go to the store and buy Alfredo sauce, or you can get, heavy whipping cream, butter, milk, and you have a recipe to do this. It's teach a man to fish. You know what I mean? Like, is it consistently something that you can keep up, or is it just something that's working because of where we are in life and where our growth and journey is?
You eating that up too. We both ate those answers down.
I definitely think that it has, like, you need the sustainability. There's more to it, but it's about the effort. What you put in is what you get out. You catch how you fish. That's what my grandma used to say.
Well, I can't fish. That's probably why
ride,
I ain't
baby.
got my man.
I don't have one either.
I just be like, set it on the side of the ocean, like, come fishy, come. Goofy, hello fishy.
That's okay. It's giving Ariel. It's just giving Ariel.
I just stand there and just
It's
like
giving
wait
Disney
for my
princess
fish to
just-
swim up and be like, hey,
As
I
it
choose
should.
you.
As
And
it
I'd be
should.
like,
I choose
I would
you.
like to choose you too, fishy.
I choose you too, fishy.
I like to choose you too.
We gonna get our
fishy.
fish friend.
It's gonna happen this year.
We getting
for
our fish.
Me, I can feel it. No.
All right, we finna play a game, y'all. Let's get into it.
All right, we are about to play a game.
She's like, bitch, you don't like nobody. You're not friendly.
You remember that one time we used it? Anyway.
Yep. What's the game, friend?
The game is called Love It
Yes.
or Leave It.
Ooh, I like that.
So in these scenarios that we're going to discuss, we're going to say whether we would love it in an effort to be in a relationship, or if we like, deal breaker, it's a no-go, I ain't doing it.
Heard. Word.
Okay.
Understood.
All right, so let's kick it up with the first one. Your partner... This is so fucking childish. Your partner doesn't post you on social media. Love it or leave it?
Do I love that they don't post me? Like, is it asking, like, am I okay with the fact that they don't post me? I'm confused.
They don't post you on social media. Do you love it or do you leave it? Like, are you leaving them because they don't post you on social media?
Oh, no.
Or do you love it?
Nah, yeah.
Which one?
I wanted to come off like I was like some high and evolved.
Which one is it?
My thing is, like, do you post on social media?
That's a valid question.
Because if you're not on there,
Then you can't.
but if you post everybody else's birthday,
Oh.
and my birthday come around, and it happened, like, oh, no.
For me-
I don't like that.
I think I'm indifferent. Like, again, are you a poster and what do you post?
Are you
if
a poster and what do you
know what I'm
post?
saying? Like, that is a key fact. Like,
If you posting, yeah, it's a
if
problem.
you
if you're not
posting,
posting
you like, because in my old relationship, you still got pictures on your picture, your profile.
Don't just square up. Never mind. I
and
changed.
you not gonna post it?
Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I wanted to not care, but I do deeply,
Yeah,
actually.
I don't know, because especially if I'm posting you, because it takes a lot for a woman to post a man, because we already know girls want our man. So when we post them, they gonna be on their head.
I wouldn't post another man if he went
Let me tell you,
missing.
I told you the next time I
do
post
it.
a man, it's gonna be 3 years into our marriage.
Yeah, you might still just get a wrist and like
That's
a
what-
hand, baby.
You're
I
gonna
don't.
see his hand on my thigh.
I'm not
That's
posting,
about
no,
it.
y'all
Because
fucked the
he's
shit out the
mine and
last one.
nobody
I'm
else's.
never doing it again.
Because it's embarrassing when it don't work.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Dating someone with kids. Love it or leave it.
I don't love it. And depending on like that, because at this age, who ain't got kids? Like,
come on,
and I think it's unfair for me to say I can't date you and you ain't got kids. Because I got kids. And if you tell me you're not gonna date because I got children, like, really? What about everything that I have to offer?
Just for 10 more years. Yo, I feel the complete opposite. No, I don't have a problem with you having kids. I actually love it. I fully love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't date a man without kids.
Yeah, because it opens up the door for understanding. Because, like, I can't stand talking to a guy that ain't got kids.
You got a level of selfishness and hope in your eyes that I can't relate to.
They want to just up and do something, baby. I got to find a babysitter.
You want to go to Egypt?
What? Come on, we got to plan this out, my baby. It ain't going to work like that. You probably got to have a kid.
My baby the line leader tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
no.
Please.
I need him to have a kid.
Yeah, you got to have a child. Yeah, for sure.
Not too many, though. Anyway.
And if you do got too many, never mind. Okay, ooh, this one's touchy. Your partner still talks to their ex as a friend. Love it or leave it. Your eyes twitching.
I'm really not trying to make it. I'm leaving. I'm leaving, and I might bust you in your damn head. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Don't gaslight me. I don't believe you're friends with your ex. I don't. I never will. I don't. I've been friends with my ex. You're not friends.
I have a different perspective.
I'm not doing it.
And the reason that I have a different perspective is only because I have children. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, what I can say is, like, with my children's fathers, that's my cousin by the same baby. We talk.
I feel like that's different.
I feel is
a
it
kid
different
in common versus just an ex, a person that you.
But that's why I'm saying it. If we have children, we gonna be friends.
Oh, I'm okay.
But if
with
it's
that.
not a child involved, why are we talking?
And we ain't even friends. We not friends.
Why are we talking?
We're not friends. We're co-parents. Like I don't.
But we friendly though. I joke with my baby daddy.
You are cool with your baby.
Yeah, like
you really do. Y'all have a good system.
I tell them about the dudes. Like I'm like, man, let me tell you about this guy I was talking to.
Ain't doing all that.
Yeah, I do. But honestly, it's just because I think it's easier for me because it just eliminates the toxicity of having to co-parent. Like I do not want my kids to feel like I hate their daddy. Like
that is a terrible feeling.
It's a very bad feeling.
As much as I have big feelings about the boy's daddy, I'm very, very conscious and intentional about not sharing that with them.
Me too, but
like,
it still comes out. Like my youngest will be like, why y'all don't stay together?
Your daddy be putting eggshells in my sink.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Living together before marriage, love it or leave it?
I can't say I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Not in the sense of like, oh, I love it, but I firmly believe that it's the only thing that makes sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not with the old times in that area because I feel like you get to know people for real when you live with them. Like, cause you can't avoid it. Yeah. Like if they snore, are they messy? You know, their habits when they get home.
Are you lazy?
All of that
like,
stuff.
That's a big thing.
You get to see, I'm gonna say I love it. We gotta live together.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Sorry, Jesus. Just don't fornicate.
I'm doing that too.
She said I'm fornicating.
I gotta know everything. We talking about marriage.
Oh Lord.
Let me know some. You gonna live with somebody and not fornicate? All right, lie to yourself.
I would fast. We would fornicate every now and again, but then I would think we would need to take some breaks.
The abstinence. I do want to implement an abstinence period.
Yeah.
Before, like, when I get engaged. That's gonna be rough, but like I do want to spend that time really just like not only resting in ourselves, but building our covenant union in the Lord.
Yeah, I would like to do that even in the confines of a relationship where we're like, okay, we're taking a break from getting it in.
I'm still working on myself.
Because I said I would like to. I didn't say I would. Come on now.
Amen.
This is future me talking.
Amen.
The future self, when you see this girl, you going to be doing it.
You got this, friend. Okay, I got you. Your partner forgets your anniversary, but makes it up.
Leave it.
They made it up later.
How do you forget?
You know.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know.
I'm
gonna ask Don because I really want to know. Like, do you forget anniversaries? Like, is that a male thing?
Do you forget your anniversary?
They didn't answer. They left us hanging.
You forgot it?
But like that happens. I think guys, they really just don't like prioritize those dates the same way that we do. So I feel like, yeah, okay. We got male feedback. Okay, like we have a different. So I feel
still don't
you.
like it.
Oh, I'm with you. But we were just talking about grace and triggers and reflection.
What she said, I'm still working on myself because I'm flipping the table. But
Amen. I will.
This was the most important moment of your life.
I can't say I love it, but I understand.
You literally made me change my whole last name, have your babies, and you can't remember. And I remember to scrub your boy.
I understand it.
Anyways, splitting the bills 50-50 in a relationship. I didn't got pissed off.
No, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just not interested.
I
don't want to.
I'm not gonna say I leave it. I do feel like we just need to have each other's back.
That's
what it
it's
is
the
for me.
50-50
Yeah,
that
like
burns
I feel like we should just always be able to
support
uphold our lifestyle and everything.
Yeah. We all know how much the bills are. We know how much we spend on food monthly.
Yeah,
like, let's be adults about
but
this.
the whole 50-50 thing is just like, I mean, like, come on, bro. No. Like, nah, we got to be able to hold each other down. That's
my
what
whole thing
is.
Like, I typically date. No flex. Like, I just date outside my tax bracket. I just do. I be dating men with more money than I have. Like, significantly more money. So, no, I don't want to go 50-50. I'm poor. Like, I'm not. But that's serious. You know what I mean?
Like, the next question.
What are we doing here?
I'm poor. We were broke.
If you make $300,000 a year and I make $50,000, don't cut me off. I'm talking. And I make $50,000. I don't think we should even have a conversation about going 50-50. I'm not saying I don't want to contribute to the household.
But that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even be a conversation.
There are definitely men like that would have that conversation.
That's making money and you make... Bye. I'm not talking about it. Your significant other doesn't believe in marriage.
No.
I'm leaving it.
I believe in marriage. We are fundamentally unyoked. Like, we're not in the same frequency, babe. We're not even on the same book.
Nah, we get married.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I
need to be my man, my husband. Girl, you remember when I got married and all I referred to as my husband? I didn't even use his name. His new name was my husband.
You do. She consistently.
Cause what?
It was amazing. We were playing a game at, I don't even know why we were playing or what the occasion was, but we were at my grandma's house playing a game and he called you and it popped up on your phone screen. My husband. And you were like, I gotta take this as my husband. And we were all like,
baby,
okay.
Me as a wife child, y'all gonna be sick of me.
I love that energy though. You should be
like my husband come around. I literally would leave y'all. I would leave everybody. For my husband called me like, hey babe, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It was the scuttle. It was the scary scuttle. She said, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
My man.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
Okay, all right. Long distance relationships.
I'm leaving it. I'm not that type of person. I don't have that type of attention span.
I'm okay with it. But long as it's not always a long distance relationship. Because you remember when I was married, the first year my marriage was apart anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
what is your time frame?
I think it depends on the level of connection.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if we're married, we've been married for 5 years or whatever.
You do 5 years long distance?
No. I said we've been married for 5 years. And you gotta go do like a some business, maybe like a year. But because I need to see my man at some point. Like and how frequently am I seeing you? Like because mama got needs.
That's true. It is new. Like we can do long distance. No, I still don't want to do it.
I can do, and the reason I say that is because I also am the person that is okay with having like that house that has a bridge next to the house, and that's your house and this is my house, and sometimes we get to see each other.
In your skin.
I want to live in your skin when I want to.
That's true.
Because when you start blasting your music at 3 a.m. and I want peace and quiet, go to your house, babe. I'll see you on the flip side.
You can handle it.
But that's just me. You can have a house. I said connected by the bridge. You seen it? So it's like a bridge. You walk across the bridge, and they're literally next door to each other.
I could get.
I imagine that.
Either way, regardless whether you're single, whether you're taken, we all need to start working on building a relationship with the love that we have for ourselves.
For sure.
And really getting into that arsenal.
Yeah.
My words stopped wording.
That's okay. They always do sometimes.
So in that, because you know what we do here, baby, we always give you a little something else. Of course, we've got to give them the determination diagnoses. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So our determination diagnoses is, because we're talking about love and we talked a lot about a relationship, it's important that before you get into any relationship, you love yourself.
Amen.
Okay, now y'all done heard our stuff about self-love, so go back to them episodes. So your determination diagnosis today is for you to write a love letter to yourself.
Oh, I love that.
And be like you would with that man. Or actually, that woman. For real.
Make it romantic.
And then look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Because you cannot love anyone else if you don't love yourself first. I don't care how much of a lover girl, lover boy, hopeless romantic you think you are. If you truly are not willing to sit with yourself and accept yourself fully, you're never going to be able to accept anyone else. So,
and I want to insert a quote, and I told you about it. People can only interact with you as far as they've interacted with themselves. So only the level of growth that you've done with yourself is the only way that you're going to be able to go and meet somebody else. So if you ain't done that work with yourself, please believe you ain't going to be too hard pressed to do it with nobody else.
Go back to episode 1, season 1, and next Valentine's Day, we'll talk.
Check in.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to say to the people, friend?
Besides, happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you ain't desperate.
And if you are, we still love you.
We still love you. We just hope you're not desperate. Girl, call us all in our DMs. Girl, boy, whichever one you are.
Drop your love it or leave it for us. Follow us on Queen's Arsenal Podcast. We're on all platforms. Also follow Jungle Juice Network, where our episodes are dropping every other Friday, baby. Get with the winning team. Yeah, you can find us on socials.
Yep.
Words. Things.
Yep.
I'm going to go home
Spotify.
to my pregnancy pillow because I ain't got no man, baby. So if y'all have some cute dates and tag me so I can live vicariously.
Yeah.
Send us the cutest. Oh, if you have a good Valentine's Day, tell us.
Tell us. We'll broadcast it on our next episode, y'all. Come on. Show us the stuff. We want to live vicariously through y'all for a minute because you know we single out here.
We're working on it. Oh. Well, we love you. And until next time, we out here.
Au revoir.